Hey there, name's Alex, and I'm no economist, but I also don't play the guitar on the MTV. Neither do I install microwave ovens or do custom kitchen deliveries. And I probably could have. I probably could have learned to play the guitar, or I could have learned to play the drums. Maybe I even should have, because really, that ain't working. What's the worst that can happen to me? Mostly, maybe get a blister on my little finger, maybe get a blister on my thumb. But that ain't working. That's money for nothing. And for you young people out there, those were excerpts from lyrics of the song "Money for Nothing" by Dire Straits. Go look them up. Sounds great. And also, that's what we're going to be talking about today: money for nothing, because that's what universal basic income is. Now, you may be wondering what is universal basic income? What does it include? What does it involve? Well, it involves the state basically giving out money to everyone. If you're alive, you exist, you're a citizen of a state, then the state is giving you money, no questions asked. And you may be thinking, now, how does the state get the money? How does the state make money? Well, the state mostly earns money through taxation. The state likes to tax people on either their assets or their income. For example, if you have an income which is produced or generated by either you working or owning a business, you will be taxed a percentage of your income, and what the state will then do is it will use that money that it collected from taxing you who worked to give it out to other people who may or may not have worked. And that is basically the concept and the idea of universal basic income. And I will at some point be doing the video on why taxation is theft, but this is not the video. Bear with me for now. Just continue assuming that taxation is theft, racketeering, and extortion until I end up making that video. And these are things that the state inflicts on the individual who earns money. You may even consider taxation a fine or a punishment for you making money and being profitable. Anyway, there will be a video specifically on why taxation is theft at some point in the future. So the state will still be taxing the people who make money, so it can redistribute it and give it out to everyone, even to the people who have not worked to make money. Also, I would like to add that all forms of income redistribution or wealth redistribution are also theft, racketeering, and extortion, because every other living organism on this planet needs to expend calories of its own energy to stay alive and to survive. And you make no exception. That applies just as much to you as it does to the amoeba. Both of you, occasionally, you may have similar mental capacities, but both of you are also alike in the fact that you're bound by reality to have to expend calories of your own energy to be able to survive and stay alive. And what the state, through the idea of a universal basic income, is trying to achieve is trying to protect some people, from the harsh realities of having to work. But that is not going to work, because every time an experiment has been done, and it's always done in small size experiments in small and maybe slightly insular communities, where you select a few hundred or maybe even a few thousand of people, and you decide, hey, we're going to give these people an X amount of money each month. And then when the researchers try to tally up the results and see what actually their experiment has been able to prove, well, always the conclusion is the results are inconclusive and more research and further study is required. which basically means that the experiment was unable to demonstrate anything, and that makes it a waste of time and money. And keep in mind, such experiments are usually carried out in more socialist societies like Canada, Finland, and some Scandinavian countries that try to do that. And if, in fact, if you're someone who works for a living or someone who has a business, the idea of a universal basic income should be getting you mad and angry. In fact, I'm trying to get you to be mad and angry about the idea and concept of universal basic income. It makes me pissed off as well. No, no one is going to be paid out of money that I earned through taxation when the money is stolen from me to be paid out to people who did not work. That's not going to happen. I will take up arms against the state if that ends up happening. And it should also worry you, not just make you mad. The idea or the possibility of instituting a universal basic income, it'll probably break the economy. It'll probably break the idea of work, of being self-reliant. Because if you're just paid money, even if you do nothing, why do anything? However, that money is probably going to end up devalued because who would want to work? Who would want to produce things, stuff, goods, services? And basically, I'm assuming that even if a universal basic income is instituted, everyone will start to be reliant on it until the point where they no longer can, because that money has become so devalued that even if there is any stuff or goods or products produced, your universal basic income will not be sufficient. Will not be sufficient to pay for those, and you won't be able to buy anything. But you may be asking yourself, if UBI doesn't and can't work, and it will be a failure, then why are so many people wanting it or advocating for it? Because they also don't want to work, and they are also failures. They're afraid of work, they're afraid of effort, and they just want to be handed things on a silver platter without having to expend calories for effort. Basically, they want money for nothing, and I'm going to guess also that they want chicks for free as well. That's all that UBI is. And you should even be disgusted by this concept. If you're someone who works, if you're someone who runs a business and makes a profit, it should be disgusting to you that someone else is going to get paid from the money that's stolen from you through taxation without them having to work. And also, the idea that someone is going to get paid without working, yeah, that's something terrible, disgusting. I would not want to live in that world because even Lenin said, "Work or starve." Even in communist societies, they did not institute universal basic income, and I'm sure that even in places like Scandinavia and Canada, it will still not work. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on the topic of the universal basic income. Oh, maybe also one other thing: if UBI is instituted, then and you're reliant on it, then that means you're dependent on the state, because whatever the state give it, the state also take it away, and everything that the state has and gives you, it has stolen. Remember, through taxation. That video is coming up at some point. Hopefully, I've not angered you too much, because again, yeah, this pisses me off to high hell. And I have said multiple times that if the state I live in ever decides to institute a universal basic income, first I'm going to try to make use of the system and exploit it. But then, for all our sakes, hopefully most of you will be joining me. I will take up arms against such a government that institutes such a system. Anyway, hope you like this video. If you did, please drop a like, share it around so other people can see it. You can also drop me a comment below telling me that I really don't get it, man. You just don't understand. UBI is going to be the step in the right direction towards finally exposing and even solving the inherent contradiction of capitalism, or whatever other commie bullshit nonsense you think of. Anyway, let me read about it in the comments. That's where you can drop it, and also links on how you can support this channel can be found in the video description, which is below. And with that, I think I'll see you later. Cheers.